Derek Bieri became well known through his YouTube channel Vice Grip Garage, where he built a strong name by rescuing old, forgotten cars and making them run again. What started as simple garage videos slowly turned into one of the biggest automotive channels online. People loved watching him pull cars out of fields, barns, and backyards, often after they had not run for decades. He had a calm and funny way of speaking that made even beginners feel welcome. He did not act like a show-off expert. Instead, he talked like a regular person who just enjoyed working on engines. Over time, his channel grew fast. Millions of people subscribed to watch his budget builds and road trips. But behind the fun videos, there were many challenges that most viewers did not see. Running a large channel is not easy. It takes long hours, travel, planning, editing, and business decisions. As his fame grew, so did the pressure. People began to ask questions about what was happening in his personal life, especially when changes appeared in his upload schedule and rumors started spreading online. Many fans wondered if he was okay, if something serious had happened, or if he was stepping away from YouTube. The truth is that his journey has included accidents, loss, burnout, privacy problems, and the stress that comes with being a public figure. While his videos still show cars being saved and engines coming back to life, the story behind the camera became much more complex over the years. To understand what really happened, it is important to look at the key events that shaped his life during this time point. One of the most serious moments in his recent years happened in early 2023. Derek was riding dirt bikes on his property, something he had done since childhood. Riding was not new to him. He had years of experience and felt comfortable on two wheels. But even experienced riders can face sudden danger. On that day, he hit a muddy patch and lost control. The front of the bike failed, and he was thrown over the handlebars. The crash was hard and painful. He broke several ribs and dislocated fingers. Breathing became painful. Simple movements hurt. For someone whose job depends on lifting engines, turning wrenches, and leaning over cars, these injuries were a serious problem. At the same time, an important racing event called Sick Week was just around the corner. He had planned to race one of his cars, but the injuries made heavy mechanical work almost impossible. Many people would have stayed home to rest. Instead, he adjusted his plans and used a different car that was more ready. Even though he was clearly in pain, he competed and finished the event. Viewers noticed that something was wrong before he explained it. They saw him moving slowly and carefully. When he finally shared the story, fans responded with support and kind messages. This accident showed how quickly life can change. It also showed his strong will to keep moving forward, even when things are difficult. However, pushing through pain also reminded him that health and family matter more than content or racing schedules. After recovering from the accident, another painful event followed. In 2025, one of his favorite vehicles, a 1991 Chevrolet Suburban, caught fire while he was driving home from a car show. This was not just another project vehicle. It held family memories, including road trips with his son. Losing it was not just about money. It was emotional. The fire likely started in the rear air conditioning system. By the time he stopped the truck, the flames had spread too far. The vehicle was destroyed. Thankfully, everyone inside got out safely. That was the most important thing. Still, watching a trusted truck burn on the side of the road is something no car lover wants to experience. Instead of giving up, he made the best of the situation. Usable parts were saved and placed into another project truck. This showed his usual mindset. Do not waste what can still be used. Turn a loss into a new beginning. Even so, events like this add stress. Each setback means more time, more money, and more emotional energy. For viewers, it became another chapter in his story of challenges behind the scenes. Around the same time, strange rumors began spreading online. Some social media posts falsely claimed that he had died. Others made up stories about accidents, illness, or legal trouble. None of these stories were true. Still, false rumors can cause real harm. His family, especially his mother and children, were affected by seeing such claims. Imagine children at school hearing that their father had died because of something they saw online. That kind of confusion creates stress and fear. He addressed these rumors directly, telling followers that he was alive and well. But dealing with fake news can be frustrating. As a public figure, you cannot fully control what strangers post. The only real answer was to keep uploading videos and staying visible. When viewers see new content, they know the rumors are not real. Still, it showed one of the darker sides of internet fame. Popularity can bring support and success, but can also bring lies and unwanted attention. Theft also became a problem. In 2022, expensive tools were stolen from his property. Security cameras showed people moving quickly and with confidence, suggesting that it was planned. No one was caught. Later, in 2025, more tools were stolen from his truck. For a mechanic, tools are personal. They are not just objects. They are items used daily, shaped by years of work. Losing them feels like losing part of your routine and comfort. Although tools can be replaced, the feeling of being targeted is harder to forget. After these events, he improved security around his shop and property. Cameras, lights, and sensors were added, but the deeper issue was clear. As his fame grew, more people knew where he worked and lived. That attention created risks. Being known by millions means strangers may try to take advantage. Another major change happened with his upload schedule. For years, he posted new videos almost every week. That steady rhythm helped grow his audience. Fans knew when to expect content, but eventually, the pace slowed down. Videos came out less often. Some viewers worried. In truth, burnout was becoming a serious issue. Before YouTube, he had already worked long hours in the corporate world. When YouTube became successful, it also became a full-time business. Filming, editing, traveling, managing sponsors, and answering messages took huge amounts of time. He sometimes spent most of the year away from home. Even doing something you love can become exhausting when it never stops. Slowing down was necessary. Health, family, and balance had to come first. Many creators face similar problems, but not all speak openly about them. His experience showed that success does not remove stress. It often increases it. The move from Minnesota to Tennessee was another big turning point. In 2021, he and his family bought land in a rural area, hoping for more space and better weather for filming. Tennessee offered milder winters and lower taxes. The property gave room for a larger shop and outdoor activities for the kids. At first, the move seemed perfect. Content production became easier without freezing temperatures. Travel to events was simpler because of the central location. However, as the channel continued to grow, fans began to locate the property through online clues and public records. Some visitors arrived without invitation, while many likely meant no harm. Showing up at someone's home crosses a clear boundary. With 3 children at home, safety became a top concern. The same property that once felt like freedom started to feel exposed. Eventually, the decision was made to sell. Protecting family privacy became more important than keeping a perfect filming location. Through all these events, one steady support has been his wife, Jessica. From the early days, she handled work behind the scenes. As the channel expanded, she managed business tasks, merchandise, and schedules. Building a brand takes teamwork. Over time, family life became a bigger focus. After accidents, burnout, and privacy concerns, priorities shifted. Movie nights, holidays, and simple time together became more important than constant growth. Money and fame matter, less when compared to safety and peace at home. The story of his recent years is not about quitting or failure. It is about adjusting to change. It is about learning that success brings new challenges. Most of all, it is about choosing family over fame when the balance becomes too heavy. While viewers still see engines roar back to life on screen, the real story behind the camera is about resilience, responsibility, and protecting what matters most as the channel continued to grow. The business side of Vice Grip Garage became more serious than ever before. What many viewers see as a simple video of an old car being rescued is actually the result of careful planning. Travel arrangements, camera setup, sponsorship agreements, editing hours, and financial risk. When Derek Bieri first started filming in his garage, the goal was simple: share the joy of getting an old engine to run again. But once millions of subscribers joined, the hobby turned into a full business operation. There were employees to pay, brand partnerships to manage, merchandise orders to ship, and taxes to handle. Each rescue trip required fuel costs, lodging equipment, and sometimes the purchase of vehicles that might not even run. If a video underperformed, that meant lower ad revenue. If a sponsor expected a deadline, that meant added pressure to deliver on time. While viewers enjoyed relaxed humor and simple explanations, behind the scenes there were spreadsheets, contracts, and tight schedules. Success online often looks effortless, but it rarely is. Derek had to balance being a mechanic, entertainer, business owner, and family man all at once. That kind of responsibility can slowly build stress without people noticing. Even doing what you love can become heavy when it supports not just your family, but also employees and business partners. Over time, this pressure helped explain why the upload schedule slowed and why he began focusing on smarter planning instead of constant output. Quality and balance started to matter more than speed. Another important part of his journey has been how he connects with his audience. One reason Vice Grip Garage grew so quickly is because Derek speaks in a friendly and easy way. He does not use complicated technical words unless needed. He jokes about mistakes. He shows when things go wrong. Many mechanics might edit out problems to look perfect, but he often leaves them in. This honesty builds trust. Viewers feel like they are standing next to him in the garage. However, building such a close connection can also create challenges. When fans feel connected, some may forget there are boundaries. Social media makes it easy for people to comment, send messages, and share opinions. Most feedback is positive, but negative comments can still hurt. When false rumors spread or strangers show up at private property, it becomes clear that fame changes relationships. The line between public content and private life can blur. Derek's experience shows how important it is for creators to protect personal space while still being open with their audience. It is a difficult balance. Too much privacy can make fans feel distant. Too much openness can create safety risks. Learning where to draw that line has been one of the biggest lessons in his recent years. Financial growth has also changed the picture. As the channel became one of the largest automotive channels online, revenue increased through ads, sponsors, merchandise, and vehicle sales. Some restored cars were later sold at auctions for strong prices, reflecting both the work invested and the popularity of the brand. This success allowed him to invest in better equipment, larger spaces, and bigger projects. It also gave his family more financial security than before. However, increased income can also attract attention. Public records, property values, and online estimates can make people curious about someone's wealth. When he listed the Tennessee property for sale at a much higher price than he originally paid, it showed how much the business had grown. Real estate appreciation and brand value combined to create strong financial gains. Still, profit alone does not solve every problem. Safety, privacy, and peace of mind cannot always be measured in dollars. Choosing to move again, possibly buying property through private business structures, shows that long-term planning now includes security as a major factor. The lessons learned in Tennessee will likely shape how future properties are handled. Through all these changes, his identity as a car rescuer has remained strong. Viewers still tune in to watch forgotten vehicles come back to life. That simple idea, taking something abandoned and giving it a second chance, mirrors his own journey in many ways. After burnout, he adjusted. After injury, he recovered. After theft and loss, he rebuilt. The pattern is consistent. Adapt and continue. Even when rumors spread or schedules change, the core passion remains the same. He still enjoys hearing an engine fire up after years of silence. That moment connects both long-time subscribers and new viewers. It reminds people why they started watching in the first place. While the business and personal challenges are real, they have not erased the original purpose of the channel. Instead, they have added depth to it. Looking forward, the future of Vice Grip Garage will likely involve smarter content planning, stronger privacy protection, and a healthier work-life balance. The days of nonstop travel and weekly uploads without rest may be over. Instead, viewers may see more carefully planned projects and fewer rushed schedules. His family will likely remain closely involved, but with clearer boundaries between public content and private life. Fame on the internet can change quickly, but strong communities last when built on honesty and consistency. Derek's story shows that success is not just about numbers or views. It is about adapting when life changes, protected what matters most, and continuing to move forward even after setbacks. While challenges have tested him in recent years, they have also shaped a more thoughtful and balanced approach to both business and family life that, as time moves forward, the long-term story of Derek Bieri is no longer just about cars that have been sitting for 30 years. It has become a story about growth, pressure, responsibility, and learning when to slow down. When viewers first discovered Vice Grip Garage, the excitement came from simple questions. Will it run? Can this engine be saved? Is this old machine worth the effort? Over the years, those questions expanded into something deeper. Can a creator stay grounded while becoming famous? Can a family stay private while living in the public eye? Can a hobby remain fun after it becomes a main source of income? These are not easy questions, and there are no perfect answers. What makes Derek's journey relatable is that he does not pretend to have everything figured out. He shares struggles openly, whether it's pain from an injury, stress from travel, or frustration over theft. That honesty has helped his audience understand that success online does not remove normal life problems. In many ways, it can multiply them. Yet through every challenge, one pattern stands out clearly. He adjusts instead of quitting. When weekly upload became too much, he slowed down. When privacy became a concern, he considered new ways to protect his family. When tools were stolen, he replaced them and improved security. This ability to adapt is likely one of the biggest reasons his brand continues to survive changes that might have ended other channels. Another important part of his ongoing story is the example it sets for other creators. Many people start YouTube channels hoping to turn passion into income. They see large subscriber numbers and assume that growth automatically means freedom. But Derek's experience shows that growth also brings responsibility. When millions of people watch your content, your words carry weight. Your actions influence others. Sponsors expect professionalism. Fans expect consistency. That expectation can slowly create a feeling of being watched at all times. Learning to manage that pressure is just as important as knowing how to rebuild a carburetor. By choosing to protect his family and adjust his pace, he sends a clear message that health and safety come before views. This lesson may not be as exciting as a high-speed road trip rescue, but is far more important in the long run. It shows maturity and long-term thinking. Instead of chasing constant expansion, he appears focused on stability. That shift may reduce short-term output, but it increases sustainability. Family remains at the center of everything. His wife, Jessica, has continued handling much of the business structure behind the scenes, helping maintain order while he focuses on mechanical work and filming. Their partnership has grown stronger through each challenge. Raising children while managing a large public brand is not simple. Children need normal routines.